Baseball is set for the postseason, and managers fired. Clint Hurdle's been fired. Joe Maddon got fired. He delivered Chicago its first world championship in over 100 years, but that was such a long time ago. That was all the way back in 2016. Apparently, 3 years of not winning a title is too long of a wait. It's like Boston. And you finally win one, and then all of a sudden, a couple of years later, I think Terry Francona's kind of lost control of this team. Welcome to professional sports in 2019, where goodwill does not last very long. Coaches have always gotten fired, but it sure feels like that pace has picked up a little bit. Remember when Bobby Cox stayed in Atlanta for 30 years and Tommy Lasorda with the Dodgers? Now teams a little more impatient than ever. And the Cubs, they've regressed the last 2 seasons. Theo Epstein, their GM, said it was time to shake things up. They've underperformed. And, of course, you can't fire the team, so you fire the manager. Traditionally, it's been a franchise that's had a lot of bad luck, but letting the manager who helped them win a championship go seems like a big risk, but it's one we've come to expect in today's sports landscape. It almost feels like if you get to 4 years, like Jim Harbaugh. I think, is in uncharted territory with Michigan. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to last much longer, but you get to 3 or 4 years, it's either the school gets nervous, the team gets nervous, or the coach gets nervous and then decides to seek, riches elsewhere, or you need to bring in somebody else. Yeah, Paulie.
And if you get a title, you think, oh, I got a hall pass for years and years. Remember Gene Chizik down at Auburn? Got a title. A couple years later, let's move on. Let's get a new coach. It only gets you a couple, maybe an extra year of averageness.
Yeah, it feels like, even after these landmark wins with Boston, with the Red Sox, and then with the Chicago Cubs, you're like, okay, you're good. I mean, Joe Maddon is still a good manager. I mean, he's a legend. They probably have a statue that they'll put up outside of Wrigley. If there's a Mike Ditka of baseball in Chicago, it's certainly Joe Maddon. Yes, McLovin.
I mean, I hate to bring up the sabermetric card, but, the theory that the GM does everything and the managers are replaceable, it just sort of seems like that's what's happening here.
Then why isn't Theo Epstein fired?
Well, it's just sort of saying Theo's like, well, I built the champion. I can rebuild this. The manager is not really that important. I mean, it feels like I think Theo's reshaping this so it's going to be his title, not Maddon.
Okay, how about this? How about you get different players but keep the manager? The manager won for you.
Well,
did the manager underperform?
I have no idea.
That's what I don't know.
Do you know? I mean,
I have no idea. It felt like this was that's why when you said Joe Maddon got fired, I forget who sent out the text, Fritzy or Paulie. I said, yeah, it's not surprising there. Yes, McLovin.
So the Phillies need a manager likely. Would Joe Maddon be the right guy for that? I don't know based on what, or Joe Girardi. I can't tell if they could turn around.
How long has Kapler been there?
A year or 2 maybe.
Oh my God, that's forever. Did you see where the Padres fired their manager? And I didn't even know. When I saw the headline, I went, oh, let me see who the Padres manager is. I did not know who the Padres manager was. I didn't.
Is it Andy Green or somebody else?
Yeah, I think so. I went, oh, I just got to know him, and he just got fired.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.